Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel for the first video of mine in about a month or so. Definitely been enjoying the time away, a little bit of vacation, R&R, just enjoying some time away from YouTube, but hopefully coming up in the next month or so you will be seeing a little bit more content from me. I'm about to claim the Eternity of Pain rewards that came out. Probably by the time this video gets posted it'll be about a week delayed. And I am going to be picking a tech Nexus crystal for this. And the main goal of this opening between the featured crystals that we have and the Nexus crystals is going to be trying to get Omega Sentinel. I also don't have Nimrod, which was another reason that I chose the tech Nexus, because I do feel that in a lot of cases, both of those champions cover enough similar ground that if you have one of them ranked up very high, you can at least get, some of the benefit that they would both have on your team out of the way. And the fact that I don't have either of them, the closest that I have is War Machine for prowess removal. I have Mysterio and Ultron, who have a little bit of mutant countering abilities in terms of ability accuracy. And certainly I have Warlock, who can work in a lot of scenarios as well. But without Omega Sentinel and, Nimrod, I definitely feel the big hole in my account. So we're hoping that one of them is going to pop up in that big Nexus. But again, we are going to be popping some features as well, because Omega Sentinel is one of the few champions that I haven't pulled yet from this. And at the end of this video, we're going to take a look at the account in terms of all the great champions that I have pulled off of this featured crystal, as well as some usage of Sig Stones and new rank 4s and things like that as we move into the future, because there are going to be some decisions that have to be made, and some of it may depend on how this goes today. So anyway, now that the preamble is out of the way, we're going to pop 3 of these. And again, Omega Sentinel is really the only thing that we are still looking for in this crystal. Aside from duping some of the champions that we don't have, we pretty much got everything we wanted so far. So here we go. Crystal number 1 is going to roll over the Hulkling dupe, and it's going to be first time awakening of Thing, which is really good. Now, I don't have any plans to rank up Thing and sig him up anytime soon, but for the longevity of the game, not having to use an awakening gem on Thing is quite good. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's definitely not a bad pull. And then here we go. Number 2 is going to land on arguably my favorite champion, Elsa Bloodstone. And I had been keeping her at 180 for the longest time. So this is going to push her to 200, which is actually going to save me 20 Sig Stones because she is going to rank 4 relatively soon. So that's fine. That's one of the reasons why I haven't sigged her all the way up. But her Sig is quite powerful and really good at 200. So here's our last chance for Omega Sentinel out of this crystal. And it's going to be a new Darkhawk. It couldn't roll over to that Omega Sentinel there. We got the wrong robot. Darkhawk definitely in need of a buff, but if he does get buffed, he is a pretty good champion. He had his time, and he's been outshined by a bunch of robots since him, but I do kind of have a soft spot for him. I was very involved in the game when he came out, and he was a really desirable champion back then. We've got Elsa Bloodstone at 200, Thing at 20, and it's time to save for the next featured. As much as I want to keep popping these things, it's going to be kind of like diminishing returns from here on out, so we're saving for Gallon and for Quicksilver and all that. All right, here's a basic Nexus, which we got from the Gauntlet, and we've got Mordo Awakening, Medusa Sig ability, or new Strife. And we're going with Strife, man. This is a no-brainer. Even though Mordo has that, the true accuracy and true strike countering ability now, I'm not really going to be ranking up Mordo, but man, Strife, absolute beast. I used the 565 in the Mutant Domination, but here we go. The main event. Can we get Nimrod or Omega Sentinel? And we got Vision, Warlock, and Rocket Raccoon. Now, Vision does require very high sig, but I'm not really going to be worrying about that today. The 20 levels don't mean a lot to me. Awakening Warlock is interesting. I don't think at Sig 20 the degen is going to be too much to write home about. So as much as I was considering Warlock, I went with Rocket Raccoon because he is confirmed to be buffed relatively soon before the end of the year. And I don't know, man. The dude can already hit hard, and he's a bit of a glass cannon. Maybe he'll have some utility. We'll see. So just a little preview. My next rank 4, my 5th rank 4 to round out my top 5 is going to be Elsa Bloodstone. There is absolutely no question now, because Omega Sentinel, if I was able to pull her and use my tech gem on her, probably would have competed. But it is time. Elsa has been one of my favorite champs. She's put in a lot of work for me. And because prestige doesn't super matter for me these days, she is definitely going to go to rank 4. Now I just want to talk a little bit about some future rank ups, some future Sigstone usage. We've got Scorpion, we've got Hulkling at rank 3 as well, and we got Black Cat. So those were the big ones that we got out of this featured crystal. We also have Rintra unawakened at rank 2. He's likely going to go up because of Battlegrounds. We also have Agent Venom at rank 2. I definitely want to get him to rank 3 to run with Scorpion. So like all of that stuff has been new to the account since my last video posting. Or, you know, including the big opening that I did a couple weeks ago. But some really exciting potential rank ups and uses of Sigstones. Now we have 80 Sigstones that are about to expire as we hear the sirens of my right outside my door there. Just don't mind that. I'm not going to re-record this. But we have Null also. He is at Sig 65. And every 13 levels on him gives him a new Living Abyss. It increases that regen countering ability as well. So in my head, Tigra and Null could easily split those 80 Sigstones that are going to be expiring. But I do have a few other champions who could make it. You know, Scorpion, really interesting rank 4 candidate down the line. He's only Sig 20. He gets that unblockable counter, but the health steal that he gets, the more he goes up and up, does have some uses in the game. And I do think that it is something worthwhile. So he could potentially get all the stones. You know, what I'm thinking in my head is like, am I going to Sig someone up to 200? Or am I only going to be using my expiring stones and then holding? Of course, Omega Red, somebody that I've never really committed to. He's only Sig 20, rank 1. But, you know, that is another really good use of Sigstones if we want it to go that way. Let's see, who else do we have here? We already talked about Rintra. I have a Mystic Gem for him, and I'm almost positive I'm going to be using that. And if I were to use it, I would want to get him to like Sig 40 or Sig 60. So I could also see a scenario where we go Tigra and Rintra, get Tigra up to 200, get Rintra up to like 40 or so. And then here's Rocket Raccoon. I mean, I have the tech gem. I mean, if his buff is like ridiculously good, we may end up using the tech gem on him. It's a little unlikely, but, you know, who knows? Who knows? He could become absolutely insane. And then we also have Guardian. So it's like, do we want to just totally go ham and rank and Sig up our Guardian? I mean, that is certainly a possibility in my head. I have 200 Sigstones, including the tech ones that I'd be able to use. And then, of course, Hercules is always looming in the distance. But he's rank 3. He's doing my AQ paths right now, even without the Sig ability. And to me, Hercules' Sig ability is just not very fun. It's like, it forces you to not have to play well because you're banking on potentially dying and then getting a lot of extra seconds to just do a million damage to the opponent. And, you know, I know that he's going to be useful for Eternity of Pain and some other stuff, but I'm just not interested in prioritizing him. So, well, that's going to be the end of my hunt for Omega Sentinel. Moving forward, we're going to start saving our shards because the next featured crystal is already looking quite good, and I do enjoy doing those big openings right when they start, so that's going to be the plan moving forward. Overall, this featured crystal treated me pretty well. We've got some resources to use, and hopefully we can get those out in videos yet to come in the future. So thanks again for checking out this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.